All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live. Well,
This broadcast is copyright Polk County Christian School, 2490 West Tower Drive, Bolivar, Missouri. Stop by our school to see what we are doing to provide a Christian education for students in our area. All right.
all right, ladies and gentlemen, tonight's game. First game is middle school boys, Tccs Lions in the white with blue, hosting the Polk County Christian School Knights. TCCS Lions from Lebanon, Missouri, and the Polk County Christian School Knights from Bolivar, Missouri. And we are in Falcon, Missouri at the Gasconade Wildcats Gymnasium. And we're about 2 minutes from tip-off. This is the middle school boys game. There is no Wi-Fi available to us at this gym, so we are recording, and we'll upload these games tonight, and they should be available on YouTube tomorrow morning. And we do have a camera here at the gym on the scoreboard, and that's the scoreboard across the screen on the main camera as well. So that camera at the bottom of your screen will be static through the entire game, and I'm going to see if I can extend that to the right just a bit. Make sure that we get everything over there. There we go. All right, there's a little bit of glare on that right side, the guest score from here. But as we pan back and forth, you should be able to see that while we're watching the game in action. And of course, as always, Polk County Christian School athletes, spectators, families, and staff always strive to present a Christian example at all times, both on and off the floor. You are watching PCCS TV. And we're about 6 seconds from tip-off, or possibly the national anthem. I'm not sure what their program includes this evening. Amen. What a great start. Okay, this is the middle school boys game coming up. There is no girls game tonight. And as soon as the boys game is over, we're going to end this recording, and we'll start a new recording for the high school boys game. I don't have a roster for the Lions. Looks like their numbers are pretty legible on their jerseys, so I should be able to reference their numbers through the game, and I'll try and do that. I think we're waiting for the second ref to show up, so we're going to be just a minute.
You may find Pccs on the web at Polk County Christian School.org and on Facebook at Facebook.com/Polk County Christian School or on YouTube at YouTube.com/@Pccs and a direct link to our live broadcasts is YouTube.com/@PCCS/live.
Folks, if you're new to PCCS TV, we're on youtube.com/@PCCS. If you want to go straight to our live stream broadcasts, you can just go to youtube.com/@PCCS/live, and that'll take you straight to any ongoing live broadcasts. If we're not currently live, that'll take you straight to our past live broadcasts, where you can watch an instant replay of anything that we have done live. Now, of course, tonight's recordings or games are recorded live and then uploaded later because there is no Wi-Fi. So they'll be on our YouTube page, but not on our live page. They'll be on, just go to youtube.com/@PCCS, and from there you can click on videos and you'll be able to see all those videos there. And that includes any past games that we've had, whether they're live or recorded. And you are welcome to share those with family, friends. There is no cost, no registration required. So you're welcome to share those with family if you've got family that want to see your athlete, or maybe see a progression of your athlete's abilities from year to year as you guys play us ongoing. During the halftime, we're going to take a moment to pull up the upcoming schedule for PCCS, and we'll take a look at that as we wind down the basketball season. We've got about a week and a half, or actually probably about a week left of games, and then we're going to travel to Joplin and Carthage for the state championship. And that'll be the high school boys and high school girls both traveling to Joplin for the championship tournament. And we are still waiting for bracket seeding information for that championship tournament. That'll be a 3-day event, February 26, 27, and 28, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. All right, folks, players are taking the court. Starting lineup for Polk County Christian School: Gideon Walker, number 30, Miles Ankrum, number 20, Zach Collins, number 14, Tyler Anderson, 0-0, and Phoenix Russell, number 12. And those are in no certain order other than the way I saw them on the court. All right, Gideon Walker is going to take the tip-off for the Knights. And I think that's number 15 for the Lions. And Gideon gets the tip-off over to Russell. Russell over to Ankrum. Ankrum swinging to the left, and he's coming to the near side, down toward the baseline. No shot, puts it up, intended for Collins, and stolen by number 12. No, number 2 with a good steal there for the Lions. Ball's out of bounds, and I didn't see who it was out on. Apparently out on White. Russell bringing the ball in. Passing the ball into Ankrum and chasing it down, saving it from going out of bounds. And Lions put it straight up for a shot. It's 2-0. That was a good play on number 2's part. All right, Ankrum's got the ball in, and he's swinging it over to the far side, and ref signaled a push. 1-2, White. Folks, you'll never hear me argue with the refs. I don't know the rules, and I don't know the plays, so I'm just going to tell you what I think the ref is saying. And there's a steal on the Lions, and they take it down and put up a fast break, and it's suddenly 4-0. Lions are out the gate running, and Russell brings the ball into Anderson. Anderson coming down, passing it to Gideon, and the Lions tip it out. Number 2 gets the ball, and he's going to bring it down for the Lions all the way down to the baseline, passing it under the basket to, that was number 12 with the shot, and it's 6-0. Gideon getting the pass from Russell and passing it over to Ankrum. Ankrum bringing it across, giving it to Collins under the basket, and he puts it up, missed the shot. 34 with a rebound, and it goes over to number 2. Number 2's going to bring it down for the Lions. 2 driving in beside the paint, puts shot up, good jump shot. It's 8-0. Timeout on the Knights. Coach Burton says 32nd timeout for the Knights. The Lions are absolutely starting with a bang tonight. All right, Gideon Walker bringing the ball in for the Knights. Under the Lions basket, gives it to Russell. Russell bringing it across, meeting some defense at the half-court line. And he's passing it over to Collins. Collins got a trap in the corner and sends it over to Ankrum. Ankrum, putting up a good shot, good effort, but it was a miss, and 12 with the rebound. Passing it to an open number 2, driving all the way down, fast break for 2 points. It's 10-0. Anderson brings the ball into Russell. Russell, long pass, down to Collins. Collins bounce pass out to Ankrum. Ankrum driving between the defenders. Ball's on the floor. 15 picked it up and passed it to number 12, who's open. Drives down, puts up another layup, and that's another 2 points for the Lions, 12-0. Anderson brings it into Russell. Russell swinging to the near side, going into Gideon Walker. Gideon turning around. I've seen him put those shots up, and that one didn't make it, but I've seen him do it before, and it looks nice. All right, 34 on the rebound. Nope, that was 24 on the rebound. Gives it to 2, and 2. Passing it over to 0-0, and there's a travel. Going to be Knights ball. Russell brings the ball into Ankrum. Ankrum bringing it across. And back out to Russell. Russell taking it down the far side, passing it into Ankrum. Turns around, puts up a quick shot. Oh, close. But there's Gideon on the rebound going for the putback. And I think Gideon drew a foul. And 1-5. And it looks like Gideon's going to the free throw line shooting for 2. Gideon Walker for the Knights, number 30. Score is still 12-0. Gideon's first free throw. That's a miss. Second free throw was good. All right, 12-1. Lions ball. Number 2 bringing the ball into 0-0. And back over to 2 to bring it across. And down to 12 of the corner, going for a long 2-point effort. It's a miss. And tipped back over to 2. He puts up a 2-point effort, and that's a miss. 2 gets his own rebound. And ball's into the corner, saving the out of bounds. And Russell picks it up. Fast break all the way down, and the ball's out of bounds. White ball. Good effort. Ref says green ball. And Collins bringing the ball in under the Knights basket. He puts it up top to Gideon Walker. Gideon putting it up for 2, missed. And 0-0 with a rebound. Pass it over to 2 to bring it down. 2 getting around the defender. Driving down to the side of the paint. Puts shot up and, around the rim and out. And ref says jump ball. That's number 2 and Gideon Walker on that jump ball. And possession goes to Lions. Number 15 bringing it in for the Lions. He's bringing it into up top, 0-0. Driving down. Out to 24 for a 3-point effort. Across the rim. Good shot. And Lions pass it back in to save the out of bounds. 2 stepping up to the free throw. Puts the shot up. Missed it. And Tyler Anderson with that rebound. And the ball is tipped and kicked away. And Lions get possession. 0-0 bringing it across, gives it to 15. 15 over to 12. 12 back up to 2, going for a 3-point effort. Wow, folks. That was a good shot for the Lions. 3 points, 15-1. All right. Russell over to Ankrum. Ankrum over to Anderson at top of the free throw. Back to Ankrum. Driving between the defenders, gives it out to Collins for an easy 2-point shot for Zach Collins, number 14. 2 bringing the ball in for the Lions. Over to 0-0, 0-0 back to 2 to bring it across. Driving straight down, gets it out to 15 for a 2-point effort, and that's a basket. As Silas Presley cues up to sub in for the Knights. Anderson brings it into Russell. Russell bringing it across. Over to the far side, swinging down the sideline, trying to pass it to Gideon, and the Lions steal the ball. 12 making the fast break, puts it up, missed it, goes for the putback, and draws a foul during the attempted putback. And that was on Gideon Walker, 3-0. Lions going to the free throw line, shooting for 2. First free throw is good. It's 18-3. Folks, on my studio here, it looks like the scoreboard says 8-8, but trust me, it does say 18-3. I think that has to do with the refresh rate on the camera. And second free throw is a miss. Silas Presley got the rebound and picking his glasses up. He's getting them, well, they may be up. There he goes. He got them back together, and he's back in. And that's, ref says 25 white with a push as Russell trying on that rebound. And Russell bringing the ball in over to Ankrum. Ankrum bringing it across, swinging it to the near side, taking the screen from Presley. And no shot, gives it up to Russell. Russell into Anderson. Anderson to Walker. Walker putting up that gentle shot, but it was just off. And the Lions are bringing the ball back. Number 0-0 up top with the ball. Over to 24 on the far side, going for a 3-point effort. And miss. Gideon Walker on that rebound, and the ref says jump ball. Gideon brings the ball into Ankrum. Ankrum bringing the ball down. Over to Russell. Russell on the far sideline and passed it out to Anderson. And over to Presley. Presley dribbling down the near side, gives it to Ankrum. Ankrum in the corner, steps in for a jump shot, and it's good for two. It's 18-5 on the scoreboard here in the venue. Oh, you know what, folks? I just realized that my camera has stopped, my scoreboard camera. So that's why it looks like it says 8-0. So there's a steal. That's Russell on that steal. Passes it over to Ankrum. Ankrum passing it intended for Walker. And ball's loose on the floor, and the Lions pick it back up. And Lions back out to 24. He puts up another three-point effort. That's a miss. But number 12 with the rebound goes for the putback, missed it. And there's Gideon and 12 on that jump ball. Folks, I just hid that camera because it's not working. I don't know what's going on. It was working earlier today when I tested it. That's a new camera because my other one failed on me last week during the game. So this is a different setup for that scoreboard camera. We'll see if we can look at that between games or maybe between quarters. All right, Lions bring the ball in, and apparently the inbound pass hit the backboard, so that rules it out of bounds, I believe. And Anderson brings it into Russell. Russell turns around, gives it to Walker for a buzzer beater. Walker put it up and almost had it, but it's off, and that leaves 4/10 of a second on the clock. And there we go. They pass it in bounds, and attempted steal on that pass by Russell. So that's the end of the first quarter. The score is 18-5. Well, there it is. It's working again. I don't know what happened. So we're going to leave it up. If I see it going again and not working again, we'll just turn it off and back on real quick, see if that fixes it. If it keeps causing us issues, then we'll just get rid of it, and we'll point at the scoreboard periodically as we go by with the camera. All right, folks, you're watching PCCS TV. We're in Falcon, Missouri, just east of Lebanon a little ways. Gasconade Wildcats Gymnasium. And this is a basketball game where the Tccs, which is the Cross Christian School of Lebanon, hosting Polk County Christian School Knights from Bolivar. Score is 18-5 at the moment, with the Lions in the lead. All right, players are back out on the court. 7-minute quarters. And it's Lions ball on the far sideline. Number 25 bringing the ball in for the Lions. Passing it into number 15. 15 up top to 0-0. 0-0. Well, it looked like he was going to do a three. Over to 15. 15 stepping just inside the arc and puts up a two-point shot, folks. That was a beautiful shot, no matter which team you're on. All right. Russell bringing the ball down. Over to the near side. Inside to Walker. Walker passes it out to Presley. Presley down to Ankrum in the corner. Steps up, puts up a two-point effort. And 45 on the rebound. Long pass to 0-0, who's open. Puts it up for an easy layup, so it's 22-5. Ankrum brings the ball back down over to Presley. Presley wasn't ready. I think we need to communicate. It looked like that may have been a lack of communication. 25 picks the ball up, gives it to 0-0 for a three-point effort. That's a miss, and the ball's on the floor. 15 picks it up, puts it over to 24 on the near side, down to 25. Inside to 24, put up a two-point effort. 45 gets a rebound, puts it out to 15. And there goes 15 for two. It's 24-5. Ankrum bringing the ball back down. And this time he's driving down, puts it out to Russell. Russell puts up a two-point effort. That was a miss. And Walker going for the putback, missed it. But Collins tipped it out to Russell. And Russell put the shot up, good for two. It's 24-7. All right, 25 bringing the ball down for the Lions as Hudson Gonzalez cues up to come in for the Knights. 24 gets the ball, passed it inside. It comes back out to 24, and the shot was tipped, but the Lions kept it and then ended up kicking the dribble, and it's out of bounds on the Lions, so it's Knights ball. Sub coming in, Hudson Gonzalez coming in for Silas Presley. I apologize, folks. It sounds like my nose is getting a little stuffy. I just now noticed that. All right, Ankrum bringing the ball across and passing it across to Gonzalez. Gonzalez getting some pressure, gives it back to Russell. Russell gave it over to Ankrum for a beautiful two-point shot from just inside the arc. It's 24-9. The Knights keep this up. They might stage a comeback. 0-0 bringing the ball down, gives it to 24, passing it up top to 15, going for a three-point effort, and that's a miss. Gideon Walker on the rebound there. Gideon gives it over to Ankrum. Ankrum making a fast break. He's going to slow it up. Pass it over to Walker. There goes Walker. Oh, good effort. And that's 45 clearing the board on that. Gives the ball over to 25, passing it to 0-0. He's driving up top. Goes to the free throw line, puts it up, and that's a missed shot. Walker on that rebound, over to Ankrum to bring it across. Ankrum passing it over to Gonzalez on the near side. Gonzalez back up top to Ankrum. He's swinging around the near side, gives it to Collins. Two-point jump shot, good for two. That's a beautiful shot for Zach Collins. It's 24-11. Well, the Knights are showing they can be a contender in this game, and there's a steal courtesy of Ankrum, and he gave it over to Russell. Russell put it back out to Ankrum for the shot. It was a missed shot, but the Knights got the rebound. There's a jump ball. Knights bringing the ball in. Give it to Ankrum in the corner. Going up for three. Good effort. 45. Clearing the board on that missed shot. Gives it 25. 25 over to 0-0 for a shot, and it's a green ball after the ball's out of bounds. Gonzalez into Russell. Russell bringing it across. Russell inside to Walker. Walker putting it up. Oh, close, but not quite. And 45 clears the board, gives it 24. 24 over to 25 to bring it down. 25 swinging around the far side, inside to 45. Jump shot from just under the free throw. Missed that. 25 under the basket. Picked it up, puts it back out, and it's a, whoa, they saved it from being a backcourt violation. Well, they couldn't quite keep it from going across the line. Good effort, though. So it's Knights ball after the ref signals backcourt. 14, Collins brings it into Ankrum. Ankrum bringing it across and passing it to Collins in the corner, driving along the baseline, puts it up to Walker. Missed the shot, and 25 clears the board. He's going to bring it down. 25 down to 24 on the near side. 24 cross court to 0-0, going for a three-point effort. Folks, that was out, and Walker clears the board on that. Good rebound. Ankrum making a fast break. He's going to slow it up. Gives it to Gonzalez. Gonzalez back up to Ankrum, going around the defender, and short on the three-point effort, and it is Lions ball. I got to agree with Coach Burton. I hear him telling them, keep it up. They've started to stage a comeback. If they keep that momentum going, they can do it. And ref said charging, 0-0. I thought that might have been what it was, but folks, like I said earlier, I don't know the rules well enough. I couldn't even speculate on that because I'm not confident. All right, and our 0-0, Tyler Anderson subbing in for Phoenix Russell. And Hudson Gonzalez brings the ball into Anderson. Anderson down to Collins in the corner. And Collins bounce pass to Walker. Walker puts it out to Ankrum. Ankrum is, well, he traveled. He was trying to pass, and I think he got up off the floor here. Not arguing it. I think that was a good call on the ref's part. I see where it'd be easy to do that as a player. All right, 0-0, bringing the ball across for the Lions. Down to 45, gives it up to 25, back to 45 under the basket, missed the shot. They tip it out and then pick up the rebound, give it out to 24 outside, puts up a three-point effort. That's what the ref said. All right, that was a good shot. All right, Ankrum over to Gonzalez on the near side. Gonzalez swinging it up top. He's going to pass it back to Ankrum in the near corner, and he's going down and puts up a two-point effort, folks. It's 27-13 with a minute 19 seconds left in the first half. 25 bringing the ball across. Over to a 0-0, driving into the paint, puts shot up, missed it. 25 going for the putback, and it's good for two, and it's 29-13. Anderson brings the ball into Ankrum. Ankrum bringing it across down to Gonzalez. Gonzalez back out to Ankrum. Ankrum driving past the defenders, puts the ball back out. Well, nope, it's stolen by 15, and he passed it to 25, who's open, gives it to 0-0, and they put up an easy two-point layup. It's 31-13, 37 seconds left. Ball's inside to Walker. Walker back out to Ankrum. Ankrum driving around the far side. He's going to swing it back up top, gives it to Anderson. Anderson driving down to the free throw, puts it over, intended for Walker. It's tipped back to Anderson. He passed it over to Collins, who was wide open. Oh, what a good effort, though. And there's a whistle. Green 3-0 with a push. Folks, I was looking at my studio, didn't see it, not arguing it. I was looking away, so I'm sure you guys saw it from the camera, and that's okay. And Lions ball, 45 into 25. 25 bringing it across, 11 seconds left in the first half. Back to 45, across to 24 for a three-point effort, and after it bounced around a couple of times, no good. Gideon Walker ends up clearing the board on that rebound from a putback, and the score as we go into halftime, 31-13, folks. All right. Good play so far. Bringing up the scoreboard for the Knights. Upcoming events. There, well, waiting for it to load on the screen here. Well, for some reason it is not wanting to load. All right, well, I'm going to bring up my scoreboard. I'm sorry, not my scoreboard. I'm going to bring up my calendar, sports calendar. That's what I was trying to show on the screen there. So I'm going to bring that up, and I'll just go through it verbally, what's coming up short range for the end of the basketball season for the Pccs Knights. Oh, I think I realized my problem. I don't have Wi-Fi, so that's why that scoreboard won't show. Okay, so I'm looking at my copy here on my screen, and it says on February 13th, that's tomorrow, high school girls, high school boys travel to Lamont, Missouri. That's just west of Sedalia, and we will be hosted by Show Me Christian School. First game at 5:30, and the school has been gracious enough to share their Wi-Fi info with me. Not that they weren't gracious enough to do that tonight. It's just that the Lions don't own the gym, and I don't think that the owners of the gym were willing to share the Wi-Fi. So that's why there's no Wi-Fi here. But tomorrow we'll be playing at Show Me Christian's gym. They have the Wi-Fi, and they've shared it with us. So we should be live streamed for tomorrow night's games, high school girls, high school boys. And then on February 17th, last away game for the season, that'll be boys only. High school boys playing Springfield Trinity in Springfield. And I believe that those games may be live. I don't remember for sure if we had Wi-Fi at that venue in the past. Then we'll switch to home games, last home games of the season on February 23rd. Middle school boys, high school girls, high school boys Nope, I lied. The next home game will be February 19. High school girls, high school boys hosting TCCS, our opponents from tonight. And I believe that's a reschedule from a postponement due to weather earlier in the season. So that'll be on February 19. That'll be in Bolivar. Games start at 6 o'clock, and those games should be live on PCCS TV. And then on February 23rd, middle school boys, high school girls, high school boys hosting Marshfield Christians in Action. And those games will be in Bolivar at the intermediate school. And I don't believe those games will be live. If I can talk somebody into taking a camera with them and recording that for me, I'll take that recording and upload it later. I'm not available to be at those games. And then starting on February 26, 27, 28, that's our season closeout. That's the state championship tournament in Joplin and Carthage. And that's why I won't be available on the 23rd, is I needed to be able to take the 26, 27, and 28 off so that I could go to all 3 days at the state championship. And I believe most of those games will be live unless the Wi-Fi has changed since volleyball season. We did have Wi-Fi at all the venues we were at for volleyball. We're hoping that we'll have Wi-Fi at the venues for the basketball state championship as well. In fact, you'll see a couple of our, 4 of our high school boys players out on the court warming up right now, and they'll all be expected to be appearing at the state championship. Ben Walker in the black hoodie, and Josh Venom in the gray t-shirt with a jersey over it on the far side, and the green shorts, number 25. Lucas Burton, number 33, he's over on the far side in the gray shirt and black shorts. And Lucas, Josh, and Ben are our 3 seniors for PCCS. We just recognized them at senior night the other night in Bolivar. And then we've got Landon Gray on the far side in the long sleeve warm-up, and he's a freshman on the team this year. And Tyler Anderson, another freshman on the high school team. And so we look forward to seeing all 5 of those players at the state tournament. And, of course, the high school girls team as well. And you'll get to see the high school girls playing tomorrow night, and then again on the 19th against TCCS in Bolivar. All right, folks, 6 minutes left from halftime. So, since we've got a little bit of time, let's run through some sponsors for Polk County Christian School. These are businesses that frequently sponsor our annual auction fundraiser coming up in March. Is this year's auction fundraiser for PCCS. That's probably the largest fundraising event we have as a school, and that just does helps fund our Forward in Faith project, trying to increase the school size and rehab a new school building that we just purchased last year, so increase some classroom space. All right, so those sponsors are, some of the sponsors, KYOO AM/FM, Bolivar, Missouri, Need More Vacations, Shell and Hammer Construction, Womack Monuments, Bill Roberts Chevrolet, Edward Jones, Etch Salon, Mid-Missouri Bank, Shelter Insurance, Stewart's Custom Designs, Wild Man Plumbing, Douglas Hahn and Heidemann, First Baptist Church, Hogan Farms, Motor Monkeys LLC, Oakstar Bank, Parton Real Estate, Pitts Chapel, Polk County Crop Services, State Farm Insurance, Bryant Chastain, agent, and State Farm Insurance, Gianna Andrews, agent, All Creatures Animal Clinic, Bank of Missouri, Bolivar Ready Mix, Creator Designs, Garrettson's Trash Service, and Hubbard Realty. Folks, thanks for tuning in to Polk County Christian School, Pccs. We like to say it also stands for Promoting Christianity and Compassion at School. All right. 2 minutes. Well, my clock has stopped again. My scoreboard camera. Let's see if I can reset that. I'll turn it off and back on. And there we go. That did it. So if I notice it doing that, I'll try that again and see if I can keep it running that way. I'm not sure why it does that. I'll have to troubleshoot that. When I tested it earlier today, I didn't have it looking at a clock, so I didn't see that it may have actually just frozen. All right, 1:24 seconds left in the halftime break. So we'll be back with third quarter action shortly.
Etch Salon is a proud sponsor of PCCS. Come see the friendly and helpful staff at Etch Salon, located at 919 East Broadway in Bolivar, for your beauty and wellness needs. From hair to pedicure and more, Etch Salon is there to bring out your true glamour. Etch offers color, cut, formal hair and makeup, facial waxing, pedicure, and deep tissue therapeutic massage. Licensed massage therapist Karen Cleveland is happy to schedule your deep tissue or therapeutic massage to help with all your aches and pains. All their staff are licensed in their area of specialty. Check out facebook.com/Etch Salon Bolivar or call Etch Salon at 417-777-0088 to schedule.
All right, folks, we're about 22 seconds from second half action. And as soon as this game is over, we're going to stop this recording, and we'll start a new recording for the high school boys game. That'll be the final game of the night. Just 2 games tonight. All right. Players back out on the court. White ball on the far sideline as we start third quarter action, and we're back in game. Lions going to the left. And 22 is in, passing it to 15. 15 down to 0-0. 0-0 swinging it up top. Going around the far side. And, that's Phoenix Russell with a steal. Bringing the ball back down and bounce pass. It went to 22, and 22 grabbed it. And so it's Lions ball. 22 bringing it down. Gets it past the defender. Over to 50 on the far corner. 50 passes it, and Ankrum with a steal. Ankrum over to Anderson. Anderson, jump shot from inside the arc. A miss on that 2-point shot. 15, passing it down court to 50, who's open. Gives it to 0-0, who's open. Puts shot up, and it's good. Good for 2, 33-13. Knights bringing the ball back down. Anderson into Russell. Russell down to Collins on the far side. Inside to Walker. Puts it up. Almost. Collins clearing the missed shot and puts it right back for 2. And 50 brings the ball in for the Lions. Over to 0-0. 0-0 down to 50 in the corner. And no shot. He's going to dribble. Goes between the defenders. Pass it out. Intended for 15. Tipped by Russell. Russell making the fast break. Puts a shot up. Missed it. Did his own putback. Missed that. And Anderson picked the ball up and slid on the floor. And so ref calls travel. I think that's the right call there. Lions ball. 50 brings the ball into 0-0. Brings it across. Swinging it back around to the far side, and ball's out of bounds on White. Green ball. Russell brings the ball in for the Knights, gives it to Ankrum to bring it across. Ankrum coming across with it. Taking it down up top, over to Russell. Russell down to Anderson. Anderson back up to Collins for a 2-point effort from the free throw. Missed that. 15, cleared the board, and he's making a fast break, slowing it up. Passing it over to 0-0. 0-0 for a 3-point effort and almost in. Good shot. 15 cleared the board and went for the putback twice. Second one was in. Russell brings the ball into Anderson. Anderson bringing it across. Anderson over to Collins on the near side, driving along the baseline, puts it up to Ankrum, going up for two, missed it, and the ball's tipped out, and 50, making a fast break, but the ball's out of bounds. Ref says out of bounds on 50, so it's going to be green ball. Anderson brings the ball into Russell. Russell bringing the ball across. Over to Ankrum on the near side. He's reversing it over to Collins. And Collins coming back around. Inside to Walker. Walker backing over to the basket. Puts shot up, missed it. And Anderson getting on that rebound along with Walker. They give it out to Ankrum. Ankrum to Russell. Russell puts it up. Oh! Bobbled around inside the basket and went out. And there's a whistle. Ref says 3-2 White with a push. Collins bringing the ball in under. Gives it to Ankrum, going for a long 2-point shot. Hits across the rim, and Russell gets a rebound, passes it, but the Lions steal it, and Ankrum steals it back. Ankrum's going to bring it back across, gives it over to Collins. Collins back inside, but 32 tips the pass, steals it, passes it to 50, who's open. 50 puts the shot up, missed it, and the ball's out of bounds on White. Green ball. Score's 35-15 at the moment. I'm going to see if I can reset that scoreboard. Get that working again. And Russell passing it into Walker, and the ball's out of bounds. I think it's out on green. Not sure. Yep, scoreboard's working again. I need to watch that a little closer and see how long that lasts. All right, 0-0, bringing the ball down for the Lions. And he's on the floor, and Anderson picks up the loose ball, gives it over to Ankrum. Ankrum bringing the ball back across, passing it down to Russell. Russell over to Collins. Collins inside to Walker. Walker puts it straight up for two. Beautiful shot. It's 35-17. 50 bringing the ball in. Gets it to 0-0. 0-0 back to 50 to bring it back across. Back over to 0-0, driving straight down into the paint, passed it to 32. And a good job on the Lions there. Good pass. They put it up for two, so it's 37-17. Russell down to Ankrum on the near side. Ankrum driving down to the baseline, puts up jump shot, and it's out of bounds. I think tipped off green. Yep, ref says white ball. .50 bringing the ball in for Lions over to 0-0. 0-0 bringing it across. Down the far side. Up top to 15. 15 inside to 0-0. He's bringing it back out. Stepping down along the paint. No shot. Well, he put the shot up, missed it, and the ball's out of bounds. It's green ball. Anderson brings the ball into Russell. Russell's going to bring it across for the Knights. Russell taking it down the far side, passing it back up top. Ankrum's going to take it down the far side, back up top to Russell. Russell driving into the top of the paint, puts shot up, missed it, and Anderson getting the rebound, going for two, and drawing a foul on the putback. Score still 37-17. Anderson going to the free throw line, shooting for two. Anderson's first free throw is a miss. And second free throw is a miss. Walker tips the ball. Anderson picks it up, gives it over to Russell. Russell back to Ankrum. Ankrum driving down to the baseline and trying to save the ball from going out of bounds. There's a whistle. We'll see what the ref says. 3-2 White with a push, apparently. Green's going to bring the ball in. I'm not arguing it, folks. That would benefit my team. I just didn't see it from where I'm at, but the ref has a much better vantage point, and I'm actually distracted looking at the studio a lot. So Anderson puts a shot up, missed it, and 32 with a rebound on that. Pass it down court to 50, who's wide open. He puts it right up. Good effort, though. And there's Walker on the rebound. Gives it over to Russell. Russell taking it down court, and the ball's out of bounds on Green. Minute 13 seconds left in the third quarter. 50 brings the ball into 0-0, and it's almost loose. 0-0 gets it back, takes it to the far corner, and he's going to turn around, pass it up to 50. 50 going for an instant three-point effort, and it's no good, and 32 on that rebound. Turns around, gives it to 0-0, who's open under the basket, puts it up for two, and it's 39-17 with 50 seconds left in the third quarter. Russell bringing the ball across. Over to Presley. Presley back to Ankrum. Ankrum swinging it to the near side. He's on the elbow, puts it down to Russell. Russell to Anderson under the basket. Gives it into Walker, who puts it up for two, and that's a miss. 0-0 with that rebound. And 0-0 brings it across. Russell trying to steal the ball. 0-0 is going to keep it. Pass it over to 50, and he drives straight past the defender, and there's a 3-second lane violation, it looks like. Green ball. I didn't see who it was on. I'm not disputing it. Obviously, I wasn't watching that. Russell bringing the ball down. Pass it to Walker, who's under the basket. Russell gets the ball back from Walker and pass it up top to Ankrum. Ankrum moving to the far side of the elbow, gives it to Presley. Presley putting the shot up, and it's tipped. Good effort on that buzzer beater. And so as we go into fourth quarter action, the score is going to be 39-17. I'm going to reset that scoreboard. All right, folks, great game so far. Obviously, we'd love for the score to be a little closer or a lot closer. But everybody's playing well, seeing some great sportsmanship on the court. Love to see that, and everybody's just doing a good job. All right, time for fourth quarter. And I think it's green ball. Yep. Russell bringing the ball in for the Knights as we start fourth quarter action. Gives the ball to Ankrum. Ankrum brings it across. Swinging it to the near side and pass it back up to Russell. Russell down the near side. No shot. He's going to pass it in, intended for Presley. 50 stole that, and he's got some room to move. And Presley steals the ball. It's out of bounds off of Green, I believe. Yep, white ball. At least they broke up the fast break. 32 bringing the ball in for the Lions. Inside to 15. Out to 50 for a two-point effort. The ball's no good. And shot's no good. It's out of bounds. I believe it's going to be green ball. 39-17 still. And Russell down to Ankrum in the far corner. Going between the defenders, pass it back out to Russell. Russell over to Anderson, who was open. Put up an easy two-point shot. All right. Lions bringing the ball in. 0-0 bringing the ball across. And He's driving down, puts it up to 32. 32 missed the shot and puts it back up. And the ball's, I believe, out of bounds off of, I think it's off green. Silas Presley trying to get that ball. Yep, off green, so it's white ball. 32 brings the ball in for the Lions. Passing it into 0-0 in the corner. He's going to step back and puts it up for 2, and no good. Gideon Walker gets that rebound, gives it over to Russell. Russell over to Ankrum. Ankrum out to Walker. Walker going for a long 2-point effort. That's a miss. 0-0 clears the board on that. Pass it over to 15. Ball's on the floor, and, well, they end up getting the ball, keeping it. And Walker picks the ball up and jump ball. Possession goes to White. All right, Lions ball. 50 brings the ball into 15. 15 down to 32. 32 back to 15 for a 2-point shot from the elbow. That was a good shot, folks. Credit where credit is due. That's a good-looking shot. I'm sure the coach would like to see that all day. Russell bringing the ball down to Ankrum, and the ball's out of bounds on the sideline. Lions bringing the ball back in. 41-19. Down to 50 on the far side. He's going to pass it inside to 32. And looked like a push on Presley. Good effort. I see what he was trying to do, and I appreciate that. And Collins subbing in for Presley. 32 bringing the ball in for the Lions. And 32 up top to 0-0. And there's a whistle on, I think, on Ankrum. Yep, Ankrum, 20. All right, 50. Pass the ball into 0-0. He's driving down to the free throw line. Stepping inside the paint and going to put the shot up. Traveled before the shot, so it's Knight's ball. Anderson brings the ball into Russell. Russell bringing it across. Russell down court to Walker. Walker. Oh, there's a whistle. Charging. That was on Walker. All right, Lions ball out of the baseline. 50 brings the ball into 0-0. And there's, good defense. That was Phoenix Russell trying to steal that ball. Almost had it, but the ball was out of bounds. Lions bring the ball back in again, and 0-0 is going to bring it across. Swinging it down the far side, passing it back to 50, and passing it over to 32 to 15, back inside to 32, over to 22. 22 puts the shot up, and that's a miss. Walker with the rebound, and ref says 0-0 White with a reach. I can't tell how many fouls each team's got, so I don't know if we're getting close to being in bonus or not, folks. All right, Gonzalez subbing in. He's going to bring the ball in for the Knights. Tyler Anderson's going to take a breather. Collins bringing the ball down for the, not Collins, that's Russell, bringing the ball down for the Knights. And Russell coming over to the near side, gives it to Collins under the basket, and bounce pass into Ankrum. Ankrum's going to take it out, gives it to Gonzalez. Gonzalez back to Ankrum on the far side. Back up top to Russell. Russell swinging it down to the far corner. Stepping in, putting up a 2-point effort. And actually it goes to Walker, and there's a whistle. I think the signal was jump ball. Okay. It was jump ball, and it goes to Green. And Ankrum bringing the ball in for the Knights. Gives it to Russell. Russell steps in, puts it up for a 2-point effort. No good, but Collins grabs that rebound, puts it up top for Russell. Russell up to Gonzalez, and there's a whistle. Oh, looks like... 3 seconds in the lane. Okay. And Lions bringing it down, 15 inside to 0-0. Turns around, puts up shot. No good. Gideon Walker on that rebound. Good-looking rebound there. Russell, open, puts shot up, and draws a foul. And that's on number 2, I believe. 2-3. 2-3. So, Russell going to the free throw line, shooting for 2. 3 minutes, 46 seconds left in fourth quarter. Scores 41-19. Russell putting it up for 2 free throws. First one's good. Second free throw is a miss, and Walker getting on that rebound. The ball's, ooh. Yeah. Looked like somebody got a hard hit there. .24 subbing in for 15. He's leaving the court under his own power. Just going to take a quick breather, I think. Looks like he's okay. Just a hard hit on the nose, I believe. Hope everybody's okay there. Hate to see anyone get hurt. 50 brings the ball in for the Lions and gets it back. And Gonzalez stealing the ball. Gonzalez making a fast break down. Puts it out to, oh, there's a whistle on 32. Oh. Folks, I don't know how many that is. I know he's had a few. He may be getting close to 5. Nope, he's staying in, so it's not 5 yet. Knights bring the ball in. Look at that, folks. It was a 2-point effort, I believe. But that was a beautiful shot for Russell. All right. Lions bring the ball in. 0-0 to 24. Back to 0-0 over to 50. Drive it all the way down to the corner. And passing it inside to 32. Shot the pass was over intended for 22, but it's out of bounds. Knights ball. And John Clemens coming in for the Knights. He's going to sub in for Gideon Walker. Give Gideon a break. I think this might be Gideon's first time out of the game. All right. Gonzalez passed the ball into Russell. Russell bringing it across. Drive it down to the near side. Intended for Clemens. And 22 on that steal. And there's Russell with a steal. Putting a shot up. Missed it. And 32 cleared the board on that. Passed it out to 0-0, who's open. Passing it down to 24. 24 missed the shot. 0-0 going for the putback and gets that shot in. Gonzalez bringing the ball back for the Knights. Over to Russell on the far side. Russell. Oh, shot behind the rim. And looks like a foul. I'm not sure who the foul's on. We'll see what the ref says. Jonah Skinner subbing in for the Knights. I never did see the ref signal who that whistle was on. Not that it matters. And it's Knights ball. Collins bringing the ball in for the Knights. Into Ankrum in the far corner. Ankrum up to Gonzalez. Gonzalez swinging it all the way up top and passing it back over. Intended for Ankrum. 24 stole the loose ball. Goes down, puts it up. Folks, that's a good play. All right. Collins into Gonzalez. Gonzalez bringing the ball back. Up to Ankrum. Ankrum swinging it back around up top. Going to reverse and puts it down to Skinner under the basket. Look at that. Almost in. And Clemens with a rebound out to Gonzalez. Gonzalez puts in an effort. There's Clemens for another rebound. Into Collins. Collins out to Ankrum. Down to Gonzalez going for 2. And missed, but there's Skinner on that rebound. Skinner out to Collins. Collins putting it back up. There's Clemens with another rebound and jump ball. Or foul, I'm not sure. We'll see what the refs say. Yep, they're saying jump ball. Possession goes to Lions. 50's going to bring the ball in for the Lions. Gives it over to 0-0. 0-0. Bounce pass over to 50. Gonzalez on a good steal effort. And the Lions give the ball back to 24. 32 with a putback, and it's good for 2. Ankrum brings the ball into Gonzalez. Gonzalez bringing it across, and there's a whistle. 30-second timeout on Green. And the Knights are going to sub in Silas Presley at the end of the timeout. Minute 22 seconds left in the game. 47-22. And I see that my scoreboard is not working again. We're going to turn that off and back on. And that should get it set again. There we go. All right, Gonzalez brings the ball into Collins. Collins down to the corner. Passing it into Jonas Skinner. Turns around, tries to put a shot up. It's tipped out to Collins. He puts it back up and missed that. Presley with the rebound out to Collins. Collins driving along the baseline. No shot. He's going to bring it back out. Passing it across court to Gonzalez. Gonzalez intended for Clemens. 24. Picked the ball up, and he's making a fast break. Gets down, passes it under the basket to 50. The ball's out of bounds. 48 seconds left. Gonzalez into Clemens. Clemens to Presley. Presley breaking it across. Presley down, intended for Collins, and 22 steals the ball, and I think that was Silas Presley with a block on that. Sacrificing a foul just to slow it up, I think. All right, 50 bringing the ball in for the Lions. 50 brings it in to 24. Presley there for the pressure. 24 brings it down and passes it into 32. 32 out to 22. 22 swinging it across the top. Down the far side, all the way down to the corner. Passes it inside to 32. Puts it up for a two-point effort. No good, but he followed a shot, got his own rebound. Now going for a putback and gets it up for two. So it's 49-22. 13 seconds left. Gonzalez brings the ball across. Down to Presley and jump ball. 5.8 seconds left. Jump ball possession goes to Green. Gonzalez going to bring the ball in for the Knights. He's going to pass the ball into Collins in the corner. Turns around, puts shot up, missed that, but Clemens on that rebound. Bounce pass out to Presley. Presley tried to get the shot off, and it's tipped out of bounds. Final score, folks, 49-22. Lions on top against Polk County Christian School. Thank you for tuning in to PCCS TV.
This broadcast is copyright Polk County Christian School, 2490 West Tower Drive, Bolivar, Missouri. Stop by our school to see what we are doing to provide a Christian education for students in our area. All rights reserved.